Please welcome University President Chris Eisgruber.
Greetings, members of the great Princeton class of 2016. And greetings as well to your parents, friends, and relatives who are here with us. The great class of 2016. Every Princeton class experiences this campus in its own way, and every Princeton class claims its own piece of history. You are the biggest class ever to graduate from Princeton, for example. You are also the most diverse, and you hail from 57 different countries, the most ever. Now, your class has been here during a time of transitions. Why do I say that? Well, importantly for me at least, if not for you, you were here for a presidential transition. You are, in fact, the last Princeton class to have arrived here under the leadership of my predecessor and very good friend, Shirley Tillman. It was President Tillman who welcomed you in this very chapel at opening exercises back in September 2012 with the final opening exercises address of her career. Do you remember what she told you? Do you? Yes? You remember the central theme of her speech? I have this theory, that wasn't quite it, by the way. I have this theory that nobody remembers speeches by university presidents. I see that my theory is correct. She told you to occupy Princeton. Yeah, that's right. She said you should occupy Princeton. You can check it, it's online. Occupy Princeton. Folks, I haven't asked Shirley, but I'm pretty sure that was a metaphor. Yeah, a metaphor. She wasn't asking for any actual occupations. But I digress. You witnessed other transitions. A new dean of the college, for example, Jill Dolan. A new vice president for campus life, Rochelle Calhoun. And you saw the Lewis Center for the Arts begin to rise from the ground. And though you did not see the Lewis Center completed, you saw transitions for great landmarks of the campus, for institutions of weight and gravitas that have defined this campus for generations. I refer, first of all, to the Dinky. You are not the first class to see the Dinky Station move. Once upon a time, for example, it was here, under Blair Arch. But for your class, the class of transitions, if I may say so, the Dinky Station has had not one, not two, but 3 separate locations since your freshman year. It was here, then it was here, and now it is here. No other class has experienced changes so rapid and profound. For at least one visiting University of Pennsylvania student who is rumored still to be lost on our campus in search of the elusive and rapidly evolving station, these changes prove too much. But you, the great class of 2016, have mastered them with skill and aplomb. You are truly the class of dinky transitions. But even the dinky pales in importance by comparison to the wah-wah. For many Tigers, the wah is the most iconic of Princeton buildings, honored by generations in traditional songs such as Old Nassau, and of course my favorite, Going Back to Nassau Wah. In 2011, Princeton graduate Ellie Kemper of the great class of 2002 declared in the Alumni Weekly that she wanted to marry the wah, a love that, so far as we know, remains unrequited. Many alumni responded to Kemper's column by sending the Alumni Weekly their own odes to the wah. Who can imagine Princeton without the wah? Well, probably anyone who graduated from Princeton before September 1974, which is when the wah-wah first opened in what was formerly a dining services warehouse, as shown in this artist's rendering from 1974. The Alumni Weekly described the building as dilapidated even before it opened, and Alamo-like afterward. Now, the wah-wah inhabits a new architect-designed facility that apparently reminds some people of an alien spaceship. Unlike the wah-wah of yore, today's newfangled wah-wah serves kale. That's kale with a K, not Yale with a Y. There is no wah-wah in New Haven. Wah-wah does not serve Yale. The wah-wah serves kale and quinoa salad alongside its famous mac and cheese. The opening of the new wah, as some of you will recall, was marked by extensive celebrations, including an appearance by Wah-Wah's official mascot, Wally the Goose, and by festive dancing. All of you in the class of 2016 will, I know, be marked forever by these transitions. Some of you may struggle, no doubt, to reconcile your memories of the old and new wah-wah. Others may wrestle with profound philosophical questions about why a convenience store even has a mascot. I believe, however, that these reflections will ultimately give you strength as you go on in life. Strength that entitles the class of 2016 to be known throughout the world as the guardians of the wah. I therefore have a special gift for your class officers. I ask them now to step forward toward the STEM lectern here at the front of the chapel, where they will receive not only the traditional keys to Nassau Hall, which will guarantee forever your warm welcome on this campus, but also this authentic representation, don't worry, it'll be fine, this authentic representation of a Canadian goose, which will guarantee you a warm welcome back to Nassau Wa. Joining me to present this Canadian icon is one of Princeton's all-time greatest Canadians, the leader who welcomed you to this campus, President Emerita Shirley Tillman. She is being escorted by a special Canadian honor guard consisting of your Canadian classmate and hockey team co-captain Kyle Rankin and celebrity Canadian-themed campus animal, the Matty Moose. President Tillman, welcome back to Class Day.
Thank you, Chris, and congratulations to the class of 2016. Now, as luck would have it, I happened to have been in the neighborhood this morning because I was called out for an emergency service call to the weather machine in Nassau Hall. But I couldn't help but overhear President Eisgruber refer to this iconic animal as the Canadian goose. Chris, this is a Canada goose.
Wow. See, that's the great thing about a Princeton education. You keep learning important stuff long after you graduate. Canada goose. Who knew? We are delighted to present you with these important gifts. We hope that you will keep Nassau Hall and the Nassau Wa in your hearts and that you will return often. 2016, enjoy Class Day. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, President Eisgruber, and thank you to President Tillman. Thank you for joining us here today.